The minions are cleaning out the lab when they come across a box labeled cleanup concoction. Naturally, they can't resist taking a peek inside. But before they know it, a huge green gooey substance starts pouring out of the box and enveloping everything in sight. And as it turns out, whatever this stuff is, it makes anything it touches bigger. At first, the minions think this is great fun. That is until one of them accidentally steps in the goo and gets stuck. It is up to the rest of the crew then to figure out how to reverse the effects of the concoction before any more damage is done. So our three favorite minions, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, along with a few others, head out into the world to find some ingredients for an antidote. They gather up some bananas, boxes of cookies, toy robots, and even a real live unicorn. With all these supplies in hand, they march right back to the lab to put their plan into action. But as Kevin begins mixing the antidote, he accidentally knocks over a beaker, which releases a bunch of purple gas. The gas drifts all around the lab, eventually enveloping all of the minions. And instead of turning them smaller like they had hoped, the gas makes them grow much, much larger. The minions now have to work together to navigate their new oversized bodies while trying not to destroy everything around them. After a few mishaps, they manage to make it outside where they can finally let their new size and strength shine. They take off into the sky, soaring above the clouds. As they fly around, they use their newfound abilities to help out some people on the ground. They use a skyscraper to do the Macarena rescue a kitten stuck up in a tree, pull a wagon full of groceries for a nice old lady, and even use a helicopter to save a family from a burning building. All this excitement, however, has tired them out, so they head back home to get some sleep. As they doze off, they dream of shrinking themselves down to the size of ants so they can hang out with their new friend, the unicorn. In the morning, they wake up feeling refreshed, but soon realize that in their sleep, they've grown even bigger than before. So with no other options left, the minions decide to shrink down to the size of a mouse and scurry away into the big wide world. From here, the minions go on to have all sorts of fantastic adventures as they continue to shrink down in size, each time coming face to face with new wonders of the microscopic world. After a long day of adventuring, though, the minions get hungry and start looking for some food. At first, they try eating a crumb of bread, but it's too dry and they can't choke it down. Next, they try drinking some water, but it's not sweet like soda, so they don't feel very thirsty. Then suddenly, Stuart peeks into a nearby flower and discovers some pollen. He tries it out and it tastes so good, even better than bananas. The minions quickly go to work, gathering pollen from every plant they can find. Soon they have made it back to the lab and they are ready to test out their latest invention, a machine that sucks the sweetness out of things. They turn it on and stick a banana in the front of it, then they press the button. The machine begins glowing and the minions look on in amazement as the banana becomes more and more delicious with every passing second. After testing it out on a few other foods, the minions decide to bring their invention out into the world where they can use it to make everyone stay. Do you know what it's like to be a minion? It's awesome, if you ask me. You get to do science experiments, hang out with your friends, and have bananas whenever you want. Oh, yeah, there's also the whole saving the world thing. But really, who's counting?